Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, July 19th. It's actually my younger sister's birthday today. I need to call her. I have one more day of bachelorhood kind of freedom till my wife comes back. For those of you guys that don't know, she's up in Alaska right now. It's like heaven for her and my oldest daughter because they are nature people. They love hiking. The views of Alaska are just unbelievably gorgeous. And from what she says that even the smell is just an amazing place to be. So I think it's going to be hard for her to come home, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I can clean up the mess before she gets home. I'm still tooling around with this thing. It's fun to drive. It is just, yeah. I can light it up. It's totally built for racing. My father-in-law used to race it at a track, and I can tell the things that he's done to it, even the decals. It's got a set of racing tires. Alan and I are still tweaking this earnings app. There is a version out there in Google Play. The thing that I run into, and I've been posting in, let's see here. I've been posting in this FTM trading app group. If you're not a member of this, please request that you join, or just send me a message and I can send you a request. I've also been duplicating posts in the FTM trading group or follow the money trading group. But here's the thing. Usually big buyers that know what they're doing usually will buy within the last 10 minutes. I can't run this app, snap a picture, post it on Facebook, and give you time to follow those trades in 10 minutes. It's just, it can't be done. So the only way for you to do that is to get this app and run it yourself within the last 10, 15 minutes of the market, just to get a feel for where some stocks are going. We saw some stocks today that were leaning. They were kind of clear that which direction they were going. Netflix was kind of back and forth. But I did see Netflix up after hours. You know, it's funny because they failed, but they didn't fail as miserably as they said they were going to. And that's kind of why they're up. You know, they're still bleeding subscribers. I think it was like 900,000. But earlier in this season, they said that they may lose 2 million subscribers. So bad news, but not as bad as could be expected. I have a lot to do to get ready for my wife coming back. As everybody knows, kind of save the cleaning and stuff for last. I've been trying to rope my kids into helping me, but still, there's a lot of work to get the wife ready before she gets back tomorrow night. So hopefully you guys are doing well trading. I've been here and there with the market. So someone asked me about Lockheed Martin yesterday because they reported earnings, and I said it needed to hold 380, which it dipped below, but then did hold, and it actually rebounded today. So yeah, I don't know, Alan, what you been up to?
Well, I was at Elton John last night. I don't know if anybody picked up on that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
75 years old,
Wow.
Elton John. Amazing. I had some VIP passes, got up onto the stage. It was an amazing event. Stayed downtown at the West End.
Yeah, you know, when you posted that you had an extra ticket, my first thought was, how long would it take me to drive to
Yeah. Oh, that would have been good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just talking a little bit about that. I'm kind of, amazed how things go. And I've said before, in my first book, The Jewish Journey, which became The Jewish Secret, I talk about how I play the game of life. So I go ahead and I'm amazed because if you recall 10, 12 years ago, I'm living in a tent because I can't afford a $50 hotel room. And here I am staying at one of the high levels of the top of the West End in a suite, and it cost me zero. Because you put everything you can into a, in this case, a Marriott credit card. You open up a Marriott credit card, you get 80,000 points. So last night cost me 30,000 points. And as long as you're a diamond member or whatever, with Marriott, you get upgraded. So I'm titanium. And so then you get upgraded. They upgrade me to a suite. And then you get keys to the executive floor lounge. So you get free breakfast, which was a beautiful buffet, free buffet, where it was just $30 a person. You get that free. And so the thing is that, what you should all be doing is trying to figure out how to run your life through credit cards so that you can go ahead and get points. Go into Clearwater a little bit, all on points with Spirit. So I don't pay anything with the Spirit tickets. I'm sending my my family, sister and stuff to Florida, all on points. The reason I say this is the whole thing about trading is you want to earn money. Then you want to go ahead and take the money that you have or earn more, but you want to transition it so that you can go ahead and make your money work for you. And so I do that is that I put everything on credit cards. I put my gas in the car in the credit cards. I pay all my insurances in credit cards. And usually they don't pay any more. So now I have a lot of companies. So the insurance on it, I put $100,000 a year in insurance. They don't charge you anymore for it. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. But the reason I say that is that you want to come up with ways to use other people's money. Now going into trading, Netflix, it looked like to me, looking at the app, it looked like that Netflix was going to go ahead and the calls were ahead. And so, that was not a huge surprise to me that Netflix went up. Netflix used to be a $700, $800 stock. So the fact is that it's a $200 stock and it went up $14 isn't that big a deal. My book here, it tells you the last 2 weeks in July are good. Any idea why that is, Brian?
Last 2 weeks of July, people come back from holidays, need to spend money at the market.
They go ahead and spend money on the market. Now, it kind of fooled us a little bit yesterday because what happened is that it was up 300 points, but you still had some underlying things that weren't settled. People took quick profits instead of putting it into an investment. Today, we're up 600 points, 700 points. It held. It'll probably be a good day tomorrow. Might start down just to take some more profits, but then it should go up again. What you'll see is the first and second week in August, the market always goes down, usually at least 1,000 to 2,000 points. Any idea why that is, Brian?
Back to school.
College.
Yeah.
How much do people have to pay for college? We know that's not gone down, it's gone up. So most people on average, what would you say, 20,000 a year for
Yeah, because
college?
my oldest, who's with my wife in Alaska right now, is headed to UW-Madison, which is a D1. I mean, thankfully, she has in-state tuition. But when she showed me how much it was, I'm like, is that for 4 years? Because when I was in college 20 years ago, 25 years ago, that's how much it was for 4 years.
So how much is it for 1 year?
I think 26, I think like around 26.
Yeah, so you're talking, we'll call, and we'll figure out a real nice school. We're like, let's just say you go to Princeton or whatever, somewhere nice that, so you're probably talking 4 times at 100,000.
Yeah, right.
Where do people get the money? They pull it out of the market and they go ahead and cash it in, and then they go ahead and sell to pay for college. Now, how did I find that out? Because all my wealthy friends did it. I mean, it's just an observation on life. And I'm like, oh, geez, I would have never thought that. I'm like, well, that's crazy. I just would have never thought it. I mean, because I paid for all my kids to go to college. I went ahead and when I went to college, I paid for it. So I didn't think much about it. But the thing is that where my kids went to school, because I didn't have a lot of money at the time, they went to mostly community colleges and stuff. So it didn't cost a lot. But if you went to a nice university, it makes a lot of sense. But all my wealthy friends that are traders, stock traders, investors that deal with millions of dollars in the market, they're all selling stocks going into it. Now, they'll do that because they need to pay for college. Then you'll see another sell-off going into the kids going back to school, which is usually the last week in August or first week in September. You'll have some buy-in, and then you'll see the sell-off again with the Jewish high holidays. Why the Jewish high holidays? Again, I didn't understand this principle till I became Jewish.
Everyone, it's late. It's like 11:30. Just got back from my daughter's basketball games. Won the first, lost the second. The second was close. They were up by 3. They fouled the other team as they made a shot, made the free throw, so tied it. And then the last 30 seconds or so, back and forth until they sunk a basket. So 1 by 2, unfortunately. So it was actually their first loss of the season. So anyway, I apologize for the technical difficulties that Alan and I had at the end of our meeting. I think it was interesting because it happened right at 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern time, which is when I had scheduled the meeting to go to. So I think that has something to do with it, with Zoom. When you go over your allotted time, it doesn't like that. But basically what Alan was saying throughout this last 5 minutes or so, he talked about the Jewish high holiday. People tend to not trade. Jewish people of the faith are not supposed to trade. So they end up pulling money out of the market before that period, because if you can't trade, you don't want your money sitting there in the market when you can't do anything about it. Talked about the market going up on the 1st and the 15th. Talked about the market going down on the 14th and the last day of the month. And you can kind of play those odds. For example, the last day of the month, towards the end of the day, buy calls and anticipate a gap up or a move up in the morning of the first day of the month. It just works. It works most of the time like that. So I'm trying to think of what this. Oh, the end of July. People come back from vacation. And I think he talked about August when individuals have to pay for colleges, and then the last week or so of August when students are moving into college tend to be down periods as well. Then he touched out on the FTM trading app. And what he was talking about was the good thing about it is not only does it track earnings, but you can track stocks that you play. I know he mentioned bookings, which used to be Priceline. It's BKNG. He talked about Google, and he talked about Micron, which just so happened to be in the news, wink, wink, the past couple of days. U.S. is giving money or passing a bill to give money to U.S. chip makers to ramp up production again. Everything is chip related. Had issues with supply the past couple months. So they want to get them producing again. So what he was saying was that you can use this trading app for stocks that you want to trade or options that you want to trade during the day. You can look at the full day of options and see where the money is going into. Trading up today. Again, on the full day of the monthlies, 800,000 versus 600,000. So it looks from this that calls were outweighing puts. And you can use the app, the FTM Earnings app, to assist your trading and kind of give you an idea of where the specific stock is going. So again, I apologize. Too bad. Unfortunately, we couldn't hear it from Alan's mouth. Like I said, those technical difficulties with Zoom. And we run into that from time to time. But I basically summarized for him. So hopefully you guys have a good night, a good rest of the week. July 19th, July 20th, looking at the end of July. So my daughter in the car on the way home said, "Sad, that summer's halfway over already." So yeah, time flies. So have a good night, and reach out if you need me. Like and subscribe to the channel if you can. Comment if you'd like. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.